Tariffs can often sound like a complicated economic term, something discussed only by politicians and financial experts in closed-door meetings. However, their impact reaches far beyond Washington, D.C., affecting the prices of everyday goods, affecting the stability of major industries. In simple terms, a tariff is a tax. It is a tax that a country places on goods it imports from another country. The primary purpose is to make these imported goods more expensive, which, in theory, encourages buying domestically, boosting the local economy and protecting jobs from foreign competition. The American auto industry is deeply intertwined with global trade. A modern car is a puzzle of thousands of parts, with components sourced from all over the world. President Donald Trump's approach to international trade marked a significant departure from his predecessors. His administration championed an America First agenda, seeking to renegotiate or withdraw from deals viewed as unfair. The central pillar was aggressive use of tariffs, to pressure other countries, particularly China, to change their trade practices and bring manufacturing back to U.S. shores. Broad tariffs hit key industrial materials, 25% on imported steel, 10% on imported aluminum. These were staged through a series of announcements. Steel and aluminum are basic building blocks, from skyscrapers to soda cans, and critically, cars. The administration argued national security and a robust domestic metals industry. For autos, the impact was immediate and direct. Automakers use U.S. metals but rely on specialized imports too. Costs rose across the board. A new expense layer hit production plans and created uncertainty. The rumors about Ford potentially shutting down its plants did not materialize out of thin air. They were ignited by a specific company statement, then amplified through news and social media. Ford's CEO James Hackett, in a TV interview, was asked about metal tariffs. He said tariffs on steel and aluminum had already cost Ford about $1 billion in profit. The number grabbed attention immediately. It was meant to explain a financial headwind to investors and the public, but in fast digital news, the context got stripped away. Talk shifted from lost profits to potential layoffs and plant closures. Commentators and users started connecting speculative dots, suggesting layoffs or shutdowns were next to stop the bleeding. That is how a factual profit hit morphed into a perceived existential threat for Ford and its workers. As shutdown and layoff rumors spread, Ford's leadership acted quickly to control the narrative. They could not let speculation damage morale, spook investors, or worry customers. Ford clarified, no U.S. plant shutdowns due to tariffs. Tariffs were a significant challenge, not an immediate operational threat. Executives reiterated commitment to American manufacturing. A spokesperson stated, "We have not said that we are considering any plant shutdowns. We are committed to our U.S. manufacturing footprint." They framed the $1 billion as a managed profit headwind, not a trigger for closures. Impacts were spread over time, addressed via supplier work and efficiency gains. It was an EBIT estimate, and even with U.S.-sourced metals, domestic prices rose alongside imports. Analysts agreed, sizable but manageable for a company of Ford's scale. Shutdown rumors were an overreaction. Experts offered nuance. Tariffs hurt automakers, but immediate widespread shutdowns were exaggerated. Factory locations, model plans, and staffing are set years in advance. No one abandons billions overnight due to a sudden policy change. With over $150 billion in annual revenue, a 1B hit is under 1% of revenue. Serious, not catastrophic. Like oil spikes, companies deploy contingency plans. They cut costs, delay investments, or adjust pricing to offset. Tariffs hit steel, aluminum, electronics, textiles, and more. Manufacturing became more complicated and expensive. A death by 1,000 cuts. Cumulative pressure drains resources. If tariffs persist, U.S. production grows pricier, risking future investment shifting to Mexico or Canada and a gradual domestic decline. For Ford and rivals, tariffs created a tougher environment. Rules uncertain, costs rising. Every ton of metal, imported or domestic, got more expensive, squeezing margins or forcing price hikes. Passing costs to consumers is risky in a competitive market. Automakers trimmed travel, marketing, and streamlined admin. They explored new suppliers or substitute materials, complex and costly to reroute. They ramped advocacy, support fair trade, but warned sudden broad tariffs harm autos. Profit pressure delayed some R&D in EVs and autonomy. Thin-margin small cars became less viable, accelerating shifts to profitable trucks and SUVs. The tariffs did not just change costs, they nudged which kinds of vehicles got built in America. For tens of thousands of American auto workers, the turmoil meant anxiety. Shutdown rumors were unfounded, but financial pressure was real. Everyone knows, when profits decline, cost-cutting rises. The near-term risk was fewer shifts, 3 to 2 to 1, not closures, but with job losses hitting less senior workers first. Auto towns felt constant stress. Tariffs complicated negotiations over wages, benefits, and job security, giving companies leverage amid headwinds. Plants live on investment, retools, new models, technology upgrades. If U.S. costs stay high, future programs can go overseas. Workers might keep jobs now, but a plant skipped for the next EV faces a bleak future. The industry can quietly shrink as investment diverts. Tariff effects spread nationwide, reaching consumer wallets. Analysts estimated tariffs could add hundreds to new car prices. For tight budgets, that can push buyers to used cars or delay purchases, chilling the market. Fewer sales mean less revenue for local dealerships across sales, service, and admin. Banks issue fewer auto loans, softening credit activity. Autos are huge in the U.S. economy. A downturn can ripple into wider slowdowns. Each assembly line job supports several more at suppliers, materials, and services, many small and mid-sized businesses. They face rising input costs with less leverage and fewer reserves. Protecting steel had unintended costs for autos, threatening jobs, raising prices, and unsettling countless businesses. A blunt policy instrument with complex outcomes. The rumor storm passed, but vulnerabilities revealed by tariff turmoil remain. Expect more resilient supply chains, diversified parts and materials, less reliance on any single country. More production may return to North America to stabilize supply. Government-industry ties were strained. Automakers will advocate for stability and fair competition. Predictability underpins multi-billion-dollar investments and competitiveness. Dialogue will continue as industry needs meet broader economic and political goals. The sector is shifting to electric and autonomous vehicles, creating new jobs and products, but requiring immense capital. Trade policy pressures can slow the transition, delaying benefits. Ford was never on the verge of shutdown from tariffs, but the episode exposed real risks. The path forward balances protection and competitiveness, so American factories build innovative, affordable cars and sustain good-paying jobs. The road is complex and vital to national prosperity.